OMG. In this video, I'm bringing you 10 stunning fragrances I guarantee you won't have tried. Let's go. You might have seen in a recent unboxing video, I mentioned a few brands that I discovered whilst I was in Milan. I do this for you. I go off on these intrepid adventures and bring new fragrance brands to you. Well, I enjoyed these brands so much that I wanted to have them on my website, Luxe Parfum. If you don't know, I have a luxury fragrance website where we sell just to the UK at the moment, and we try and bring different brands, new brands, brands that you can only get within the UK. You can buy these from the UK, they are a UK brand, but I enjoyed them that much that I wanted to get them on the site. One of those brands is called OMG. See what they did there? First time I saw the name of the brand, I was like, oh, MG, I get it. So really great, really interesting brand. I'm going to go through each of the fragrances just briefly to give you an idea of what the brand's about. And I think you'll pick up from the name of the brand and the name of the fragrances that they're all about a bit of fun. The first fragrance is called Rockin' Rose. We've got notes of pear, violet leaf, melon, muguet, rose, sea breeze, sandalwood, and musk. Are you a rose lover? A lot of guys find it quite challenging because with a lot of rose fragrances, there is this association with it being a more feminine scent. But over the years, I think I'm there. I've got there. I can really enjoy a rose scent depending on the other notes that it's paired with. I'd describe this one as having a sort of easygoing fruitiness about it. There's some pear and there's some melon, and pear and melon aren't very strong smelling fruits, if you know what I mean. Not strong like rhubarb or maybe pineapple or blackcurrant. So there's this easygoing fruitiness which blends really nicely into the rose. When I first sprayed this on the strip, I thought, could I wear this? Maybe it leans a little too much towards the feminine side of things for me. There is an earthy metallic quality to it. Also like a damp petrichor smell. Petrichor is that smell on concrete or tarmac when it gets wet. When rain suddenly hits dry tarmac or concrete, you get that damp sort of earthy smell. There's a little bit of that to it. Those were the elements of the fragrance that I really enjoyed, this metallic, earthy dampness. To my great delight, when I sprayed this on skin, those elements of the fragrance became more prominent as my skin warmed up the fragrance. They just came more into focus, shall we say, which balanced out the fragrance more for me. Those earthy metallic qualities definitely added a little bit more of a masculine edge for me and brought it more in line with my tastes to make this absolutely a beautiful rose fragrance that I could wear. Another aspect to the fragrance that I really enjoyed was this creaminess underpinning it all, I think coming from vanilla. So overall, I'd say it's quite an easy, breezy scent, great to wear casually, and the time of year that I would probably enjoy wearing this. You could wear it any time of year really, but the time of year I think it would work the best is probably in the spring. That's Rockin' Rose, Rockin' Rose in the spring. Next up is Floor Funk. Pear, violet leaf, orange flower, moss, musk, and sandalwood. The pear and the orange blossom come together in a really nice pairing to create this nice blend of fruit and floral. If I'm going to be honest, this one did lean a little more feminine. I don't think it's quite my style. I'm sure some guys out there would absolutely wear this, but it does lean more into the white floral aspect. Having said that though, there is moss in here and I think that does pull it back from being too overtly feminine. So it's not a feminine fragrance through and through, it is another unisex fragrance. I tell you what though, I would love smelling this on a woman. This is a beautiful, elegant fragrance. Really lovely scent. I would say spring and summer would be the time to wear this one. Next we've got Diaphanous Delight. Now that's a name. Lychee, basil, sage, tea flower, water lily, rose petals, oak moss, sandalwood, musk. This one has a refreshing, fruity, floral smell, nicely balanced out with the herbs. If it weren't for these herbs, I think it could, again, lean a little more feminine, but the herbs bring it right back to a straight down the middle unisex fragrance. I could absolutely wear this one, no problem. Super easy to wear. That seems to be the MO of this brand, that all the fragrances are very easy to wear. They're fun, they're not challenging at all, but they are creative. So fun, easy to wear, creative. That's what we've got with OMG. Diaphanous Delight also has a very sexy, musky quality, almost like a second skin type of smell. You know how some fragrances, obviously they smell of a fragrance, but they're not overly perfumed. They smell very natural. For me, this would be a great casual summer wear, great summer vacation scent. It's uplifting, it's bright, and a little edge of attitude. Next up, Cheeky Chypre. Lucky enough to have a bottle of this one, and I'm so glad because I've been wearing this and absolutely loving it. We've got mandarin, lemon, rhubarb, peony, rose absolute, olibanum, cedarwood, saffron, patchouli, sandalwood, cistus and benzoin. One of my favourites from this brand. You put this on and actually go, OMG, that's really nice. It's got this sort of masculine barbershop quality, but then that's balanced with almost a fizzy fruitiness, which I think is the cheeky twist. Really pops off the skin, great projection, it's fun, it's classy, it's sophisticated. It's got a sweet resinous depth to it as well, particularly in the dry down, which brings a little bit of a Middle Eastern twist to it, which only adds to the enjoyment of this for me. Amazingly versatile fragrance. I love how unique it is. It smells like nothing else that I have, so I'm very pleased to have this bottle. I have been thoroughly enjoying Cheeky Chypre. Next is Frangy Frenzy. Cherries, almond, rose absolute, licorice, musk, patchouli and tonka bean. Another fun, lively scent that fizzes and pops. It reminds me of Love Heart sweets or candy or refreshers, so it's got that fruity fizziness to it, which is very satisfying. The cherry is pretty dominant. It's like real fresh, juicy cherries, so you gotta like cherries to get on with this fragrance. Fortunately, I do. I think a lot of people do. It's a lovely note in fragrance. It's a very pleasing note. It's a very mass appealing note. It's not a particularly heavy scent. So again, as with all the fragrances in this brand, actually, it has amazing versatility. You could wear this all year round. I don't think that any of them particularly would only be worn in 1 or 2 seasons. You could wear all of these in pretty much any season you want. If you're a cherry lover, you might want to check out Frangy Frenzy. Next up is Rubus Rose. So the name, I think, basically means raspberry rose. So we've got raspberry, rose, saffron, musk, gaiac wood, sandalwood and cedarwood. This is a big old jammy rose scent. I really love it when rose fragrances are done like this. It's like raspberry jam combined with the jammy rose, and then there's some spiciness and a great woody depth. Again, it's fun. It's bold, it's loud, it's proud and fun. I also really enjoyed the development of this because when you put it on skin, it really blooms, and this sort of sweet, resinous, slight smokiness came out with the warmth of the woods. It just complemented the rose, like that jamminess up top, really nicely. I also got a little bit of a citronella type smell, which is sometimes a smell that I can pick up on in rose fragrances. So if you like a good, heavy, bold, jammy rose scent with a little twist of freshness, Rubus Rose. Amber Addict. Cassis, apple, bergamot, soft fruits, freesia, rose, amber, musk, patchouli, vanilla and blonde woods. I thought this was going to be another of those deep, rich amber fragrances, something like Tom Ford's Amber Absolute, but it isn't that. It's more fun than that. It's quite an airy, playful amber. It gave me fresh bakery, fresh patisserie vibes. Opens with a really nice, fresh, juicy, green, almost crunchy apple. There are some floral elements in there, and then there's this creamy vanilla mixed with some sexy musks. So light, airy, bakery vibes. It does have some gourmand qualities, which helps give it the addictive quality that the name suggests. Next one is Greedy Gourmand. Clementine, pink peppercorn, raspberry, cherry blossom, apricot, rose, patchouli, vanilla, musk and sandalwood. As you'd guess from the notes, this is very fruity, but it's like a sticky, candied fruit. It's like a fruit tart, like a jam tart. Remember jam tarts? I used to have those around at my nana and granddad's. I could never decide whether the blackcurrant or the lemon was my favourite one, but we've got this sort of jam tart vibe going on with this one. Very sweet and moorish. There's a cosy, warming, creamy vanilla. There's also some spices which help lift the fragrance, gives it a little bit of a pop, so it ends up projecting off the skin really nicely. So if you like sweet, fruity fragrances that've got a little bit of a spicy zing to it, then you might like Greedy Gourmand. Midnight Musk. Ylang ylang, rhubarb, rose, jasmine, musk, amber and patchouli. So this one has a solar, tropical, exotic fruits type of smell. There are some florals in here, so a lot of guys might think that this one is a little bit too feminine, but let me tell you, on a woman, this one would be beautiful. I think it's the jasmine that does it. It's got this indolic, heady, carnal, musky quality. If a woman walked past me wearing this, I would have to ask her what she's wearing because it's got this very sensual, inviting type of scent. I would probably say this is pretty much the perfect date scent for a woman. And the last one is Berry Fleur. Cassis, plum, rose, white flowers, leather, vanilla, patchouli, and musk. Another one of my favorites, which is why I've got a bottle of this one. Think of dark berries heated and made into a delicious fruit compote and then drizzled with cream. It'd probably look quite like the cap here, actually. Whilst we're talking about the caps, I think they look great. Really nice little bit of a presentation point for the brand. Absolutely delicious, but not only that, the leather in here gives it a bit of robust attitude which offsets the sweetness. So it's quite a big fruity explosion, but it's not as light and playful as some of the other fragrances in the lineup. This one is denser, it's richer, it's got a bit more weight and gravitas to it. Great for a man or a woman, smells high quality. This one is quite a statement making fragrance, so I think of all of them in the lineup, this one is probably the one that is most likely to turn some heads. So I think we can deduce that fruit is the order of the day with this brand. Fruit done in all sorts of different ways. It's a really interesting brand. I really enjoyed it. I think it's very different, which is why I wanted to stock it on the site, because I think they're blended really nicely. I think they can offer something that we can't offer with other brands that we have on the site. They even have a discovery set, so if you were interested in the brand but you didn't want to go all in and buy a bottle of the fragrance, you can get one of the discovery sets which look like this. So if you want to, you can try before you buy. As I mentioned, they're all unisex, so if you grabbed the discovery set, you could have a really nice Sunday afternoon with your other half, smelling them together and seeing which ones you both like the best. They are all extrait de parfum, so pretty strong fragrances. The prices on them are £125 for 100ml. You've got the 50ml for £95, and they also offer a 12ml. So if you wanted to try a fragrance and you weren't quite sure whether you wanted to buy a full bottle or you wanted to try maybe 3 fragrances, then these 12ml are £25, so you could get maybe 3 of those and just go through them and see which one you like the best. Really lovely presentation. I love these bottles. I think they look great on the shelf. This is how they come in the box. So they look good, they smell good, great new brand, full of colour, vibrancy and character. If you do try any of these, I hope you enjoy checking them out as much as I have done. I'm not gonna lie, this was a little bit of an advert for this brand to direct you to the website to check them out, but they are only on the site because I believe in this brand, because I personally really enjoy them, and that's one of the things I want to do with Luxe Parfum, is take some of the fragrances that I discover that I really enjoy and put them on the site so I can bring them to more people. Really, Luxe Parfum, the website, is fragrances that I know and that I love. And you know what, as a thank you to my subscribers for watching this video, I'm going to offer 20% off this new brand. So if you go to the website and purchase one of these fragrances, 20% will automatically be applied when you check out. Have you tried anything from OMG? What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed learning about a new brand that you've maybe never heard of, getting another brand on the radar, then hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.